talking about electoral violence or malpractice?
When there are electoral violence, people are arrested and prosecuted, and already there are cases in courts as affects the 19 rerun. There are cases in court. The police have finished their investigation and the files have been given to us, and we are in court with most of those who were identified to be involved in the violence of 2019 March. But you know, the position of the commission is that for Nigerians to actually know what is going on in terms of trying to punish electoral offenders, there is need for us to have a commission that will look at this thing so that there can be a focus. Now what is going on is the normal process in court. You may not be going down around every court in Rivers State to know which case is that of electoral offences and that of civil and all other cases, because they are mixed together. So sometimes most Nigerians do not know that people are being prosecuted for electoral offences because they are lumped into all the courts and so on with other cases. But if we can be able to have, since it is a very serious matter in our electoral process, we should be able to isolate cases that involve electoral offences so that Nigerians can see those who are prosecuted an actual number, and it can also serve as a deterrent to others who may want to perpetrate electoral violence.
But you say that you're looking for a degree of compliance. To what extent?
Yeah, you will agree with me that before this election we did not just fix the dates. We started consultations, signed understanding with people, and in this understanding we had said clearly that we will only conduct election if the atmosphere is conducive, and the politicians who sign undertaking with us also agree that they will abide by the understanding, not only by themselves, but they will compel their supporters to abide. But the atmosphere prior to this week has shown that the people did not comply with that understanding. Hence, the burning of that office is a clear indication that people were still
all right. Okay. Just
that were not in line with what they agree with us.
All right. So just give us a minute.
It was a precondition for the election.
Okay. Just hold your thoughts for a minute.
The date was tentative.
If you can hear me, just give us a minute. We'll be back and then get your concluding thoughts in terms of what needs to be done before the elections are held. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Sunrise Daily. We're focusing on the Rivers rerun or rescheduled elections. We're talking to the resident electoral commissioner in Rivers State, Aniedi Ikoiwak. Well, you were talking about the compliance, but a couple of things pop out here. Does that then mean that, because we do know that before elections are conducted, we usually see heavy detachment of security. In fact, even the military yesterday in the news were saying, yes, they are willing to come in and also help if they are called upon because they need peace there. Does that then mean that security agencies will not be able to give you the kind of security that you will require to conduct elections, to contain them?
No, that is not true. The security agencies are capable of giving the environment when it comes to security, but we must also know that election is a civil duties. It's a civil thing. And when you are deploying security, you are not deploying them as if they are going for war. When you deploy security for war, there is a different environment, a different atmosphere. When you are deploying security for elections, they are to keep order. You know, they are to make people, if you are not standing online, the security is just to tell you, oh, stand online. Not necessarily to withstand violence where guns are used, bottles are used. You must recall that security at the polling units don't carry weapons. And we must take this, factor this into our planning so that violence cannot actually actually be stopped by the security at the polling units. Violence can be stopped by persuasion, by change of mind, by attitude of our people, by reasoning that we should have a free and fair election, reasoning that we should have an election which is a civil duty. So when we talk about security all the time, we tend to forget that the environment of deploying security in elections is different from the environment of deploying security in the state of war. If it's a state of war, you now know that people are going to fight and to suppress every situation. But election is that security are only there to guide, to direct, to put people online, to tell you stand here and all that and so on. So when you take this into consideration, you must know that there are other things that needs to be done to dissuade people who have the tendency to cause violence and so on.
So when is the new date now? And then many are also wondering, are you not going to be running foul of the legal requirements in terms of the law, the time frame within which you have to conduct the elections?
We are not running foul of any time frame. As long as the atmosphere was not right for the elections, the election can be put off, but we are not putting it off indefinitely. Consultations have commenced already. People have also seen that this election we need some level of peace to conduct these elections. So a lot of people, even those who were not involved before in trying to attend peace, are now involved in meeting people. So we believe that this level of consultations, which has now involved certain Nigerians who were not actually involved in the process before now, will help us.
When is the new date now?
An atmosphere for the elections. And I think by the time the commission receives some reports as consultation is going on, the commission will give a date for the new date for the elections. So I believe that date will be kept by all.
So there isn't a date as of yet?
Yes, it isn't a date because it was not postponed as a result of insufficient material where you will say, okay, I have 3 days to produce that. It's postponed because of violence, the intention to cause violence. So there is need for you to now meet with certain persons and see how you can bring down this tension.
Okay.
Then give a date now. It will not be long. I think very soon, after this consultation, I think the commission will come up with a date.
Well, in the front page of Vanguard today, while we took a look at it, we did see the caption, Rivers Rerun, Aniedi Wike in peace talks. And this is what my colleagues and I have been talking about for some time, that they need to just come together and show there is peace so that the state can move on. But we see them now holding a handshake, they're talking, the IGP, the Minister of Transport, the Governor, DG Nemasa. These are all key players. Now,
I think it's a move in the right direction. It gladdens the heart that the leaders of these states have seen that there is need for peace. And I believe that it is a steps that will oil the process of peace in Rivers State.
All right, then. Oh, by the way, could you confirm for us what is the current situation now about INEC office in Rivers?
Well, there is no issue about INEC office in Rivers. There were a few rumors yesterday, but we consulted with the security who are capable of protecting the office, and they assure us that the office is protected, and the staffs are going about their normal duties.
All right, thank you for talking to us today. Aniedi Ikoiwak, Resident Electoral Commissioner in Rivers State.
Thank you so much, Jabalin.
Okay, so there you go.